Thank you and welcome to our today's lesson. My name is Mr. Loyford Mwandiki, and I'll be teaching you on this topic, event-driven programming. You can see you are all in, and Harrison is there. So thank you for attending, and I want us to. Yes, I just finished talking about major components. That is the two major components on our Visual Basic environment. That is one, an extensive collection of pre-written tools called controls. These controls are accessible as icons within a graphical programming environment used for creating customized Windows components. So that is the menus, the dialog boxes, text boxes, slide bars, and many more. Number two, it has a complete set of program commands derived from Microsoft's implementation of the classical basic programming language. These command sets include features that embrace temporary programming practices. So class, who can help us understand what a control is in our basic language? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Someone to help us using your own language what a control is. Yes. A good trial. A good trial. Someone else with a different opinion? Rennie. Okay. A control is like a command. This is where in a programming language, for example, in our Visual Basic 6.0 integrated development environment, these controls, they are accessible as icons. For example, when you want to issue a command button is now designed or put on a form for you to be able to program that command. On clicking on that command, it will bring a bit some defined or predefined action. That is what we call a control. We shall be looking at various controls as we move on. Let us look at these different terms in our Visual Basic. One, we have forms. A form in Visual Basic is a window. Each form includes a title bar at the top, and it can also include a menu bar, a status bar, one or more toolbars, slide bars, and many more. The user area, or where the design of that form is, it's called the client area, which occupies the space within the form. Some applications are based upon a single form, while others require two or more forms. For example, a simple form containing two commands, button controls, and a text box control. We shall be looking at that later. Just like I said, controls are the icons within which the user interacts with. They are commonly used to include command buttons, option buttons, check boxes, and many more. Typically activate a control, and on clicking on it, it will produce an event just like I said earlier. We have another term called object. Object forms and controls. The first two terms, that is the forms, and the controls, the second one, are called together now they are called objects. Let's move to properties. Properties, they include or these are the behavior or the appearance of your object. How you want your object to be. You can define your property maybe to include a caption, maybe to include a name or undefined height or background color. That is the property. We have another term called methods. Methods, they include special program statements called methods. When we talk about methods, we call these are like instructions. A method brings about some predefined action affecting the associated object. When you have your object and you double click on that object, for example, on a command button, you double click, it will take you somewhere whereby you are supposed to write a code which you will be looking at it later. On create those codes or whatever you write there now is called a method, or they are called the instructions. We shall be looking at that later. We have an example of a form that has 3 controls. Can we see this a form? Can you see it? Hello? Can we all see this area? This one. Can you see this area that I have circled? Are you able to see my screen? Minute. Can you see it now? Can you see it now? Ah, that's nice. Now there is a place that I have circled. Can you see the place, the area that I have circled? Yes, very nice, very nice. So I'm saying, just wanted to get my, I'm saying this is the form, this is the name of the form, what I have circled. Can you see that? This written as form 1. So we said here you can change this one to include the name of your form. And this is the text box. This is the text box whereby it provides you or gives you a way or somewhere where you can enter figures. And these two, this is command 1 and this other one command 2. These, the 3 of them, the text box, command 1 and command 2, are called controls. Are we together? Good. Let's move on. In our second to come, we are talking about demonstrating skills on how to open Visual Basic 6.0 in their different modes. In Visual Basic Integrated Development Environment, there are 3 modes. That is, the first mode, this one, is the design mode. In design mode, this is where you design your interface of your application. The second one is the code edit mode. The code edit mode is where now you write or you type the instructions that are associated with the controls. And the last mode is the execution mode. Execution modes will look similar to the design mode, because that is now the output. It will give you the output of the of your application, how it will look like after you execute it. This area here, this area that I have circled is the design mode. And the second one, which is this is the code edit mode. And the last one is the, which is the last mode? The last mode. Good. This is the last mode, which is the execution mode. During our practical class, we will be demonstrating this in our class. So you should not worry about that. I will show you how to install that. We are all here. Can you hear me? Hello?